So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, from both of the sides.
Crawford, how good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing.
Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient.
Dmitry Bivol has shared a prediction for the highly anticipated clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and he's backing Crawford. In a recent interview, Bivol praised Canelo's power and experience, but pointed to Crawford's superior ring IQ, adaptability, and precision as decisive advantages. He highlighted Crawford's ability to switch stances effortlessly and break down opponents over time, calling it a nightmare for even elite fighters like Canelo. Having handed Canelo one of his rare losses, Bivol believes Crawford's speed and technical skill could be the difference maker in outboxing the Mexican superstar on fight night.
Give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. He's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
Who do you think has more power out of the two?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He needs to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard punch.
Dmitry Bivol recently admitted he hasn't met Terence Crawford and isn't sure of his exact size, saying, "I don't remember the sizes of Terence Crawford." Still, that hasn't stopped him from being a fan. Bivol praised Crawford's skill, intelligence, and ability to adapt in the ring, calling him one of my favorite fighters. He acknowledged that Crawford's move up in weight is no fluke and confidently stated that, in his view, Crawford can win this fight.
To be honest, I didn't see, Crawford in real life. I don't know how big he is. But the size, when I came to boxing gym and my coach told me that one of the rules, it's like respect the weight classes, We should respect weight classes. But he has a very good skill. He's one of my favorite fighters, active fighters now.
Showbiz the Adult, a well-known boxing commentator, has revised his stance on the upcoming Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez showdown. Initially doubtful Crawford's chances due to weight gap, he now sees a clear path to victory for the undefeated star. In a recent video, Showbiz pointed out that Canelo historically struggles when forced to fight moving backward, a weakness Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Dmitry Bivol successfully exploited. He believes Crawford can capitalize on this by using a consistent body jab to the belt line, a tactic that could disrupt Canelo's rhythm and limit his pressure. Combined with sharp footwork and high ring IQ, this strategy could allow Crawford to control the pace and distance, potentially leading to a convincing and tactical win over the Mexican superstar.
Bivol is the fight you gotta study if you're Crawford. Crawford ain't for it, but he can do a Bivol. The problem is Bivol's a big dude. This is rough because this fight is only a matchup fight. Let me tell you what I mean. I got a lot of fighters Canelo fought at 168 beating Crawford. I got Caleb Plant beating Crawford. I got Berlanga beating Crawford. I got Callum Smith beating Crawford. Just way too huge, of course. But that's why Crawford ain't campaigning at 168. He's trying to beat Canelo because Canelo is a special case. He's one of the best fighters of all time, and he's actually a little guy ballooned up to us.
Dmitry Bivol emphasizes that Terence Crawford's adaptability and ring intelligence are key to his success against Canelo Alvarez. He advises Crawford to maintain distance, use his switch-hitting ability, and avoid prolonged exchanges. According to Bivol, Canelo often relaxes after throwing power shots, an opportunity for a sharp, active opponent to capitalize on. Bivol also stresses the importance of Crawford adjusting to the power and pressure of the 168-pound weight class, more than just physical readiness. He highlights the need for strong mental preparation, noting that a focused mindset can help a fighter resist fear and fatigue in high-stakes moments. Bivol's insights underscore that for Crawford to succeed, he must be both physically and mentally prepared for the unique challenges Canelo presents.
First reaction, of course, it was about the size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up 2 weight classes? Yeah? And he has very good skill. He able to win this fight. But there is a lot of but, and even not but, there is a lot of things, small things, which we don't know how he will deal with this. He need to get used to the power and pressure of 168. Maybe he will get used to it, and how he will be feeling himself on the same day when he will fighting, how his training camp will go on, a lot of things. But he's able, he has good skills, he's awkward, he can use 2 boxing stance. It gives him benefits, of course.
Former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has weighed in on the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown, acknowledging the clear size advantage in Canelo's favor. However, Joshua emphasized that desire and motivation often outweigh physical attributes in boxing. If Crawford is motivated, focused, and trains the right way, he can still surprise people, he said. Joshua believes that Crawford's determination and work ethic can help him overcome Canelo's size and power. His perspective highlights boxing's unpredictable nature, where heart, discipline, and mental strength can sometimes tip the balance more than raw size or strength.
This time check this, it is 7:36 in the morning. Delighted to be joined by Anthony Joshua. We've just witnessed Canelo Alvarez become, for the second time, undisputed champion. Your thoughts on the fight with William Skull?
I think it was a good fight. Made it a bit tricky for Canelo to showcase everything that he has in his arsenal, but he got the job done at the end of the day. Didn't take much punishment and can look forward to having that fight with Crawford now, you know, and a 2-time undisputed champion. You know, they don't give them titles out. He's earned it, and credit to him and his team.
As you just said there, the fight for Crawford is now set for September. One of them fantasy fights, I suppose, we didn't really see us getting. We are getting it. There is a weight difference there, but yeah, it's on for September, Crawford and Canelo.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the catch weight stuff, but I feel like there's no rehydration clause, is there? No, so that would be good. And then I feel like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. showed us that weight is good. Like, there are weight categories for a reason, but you know, providing they're both skilled and talented, there's not much difference in weight. It's just who wants to win. And watching that fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank just showcase that weight is, it's all about that. You know, so I'm looking forward to the Crawford and Canelo fight because I feel like Bud wants to like prove a point. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight. Bud just over there a second ago, calling him Bud like I know him. But Terence Crawford was just over there, to be fair. So, yeah.
Boxing legend Oscar de la Hoya echoed one of the sport's oldest truths. A good small man doesn't beat a good big man. While he respects Terence Crawford's skill, he believes the odds are against him, noting that size, power, and durability typically prevail, and Canelo possesses all 3 in abundance.
Canelo Alvarez fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We promoted that fight many years ago. Didn't knock him out, couldn't hurt him. So imagine if Jake Paul can hurt or even wobble Chavez Jr. It's something that Canelo didn't do or couldn't do. So Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., it's a real fight. Look, people keep talking about Jake Paul, well, he's not a real fighter, this and that. Well, he's fighting a real fighter now in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. It's going to be a good test for both guys. Obviously, Jake Paul, he's a masterclass promoter in what he does. He's been doing some great things. I mean, Mike Tyson, 60 million people. Fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who, when he trains, when he gets in shape, when he's focused, he will be dangerous for anybody. Look, Canelo Alvarez fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We promoted that fight many years ago. Didn't knock him out, couldn't hurt him. So imagine if Jake Paul can hurt or even wobble Chavez Jr. It's something that Canelo didn't do or couldn't do. So there's a lot of stories to come out from this. a lot of great stories for Jake Paul. So I just feel honored and proud that we can team up with MVP Promotions, with Jake Paul, and we can make Zurdo Ramirez with Torticos the mandatory. That's going to be a bloodbath in itself. So we're excited.
Many analysts argue that Canelo Alvarez's superior power and reach could overwhelm Terence Crawford, especially given Crawford's limited experience at higher weight classes. Trainer Eddie Reynoso and others have noted that Crawford's agility and speed, key advantages in lighter divisions, might be compromised as he bulks up to 168 pounds. This added weight could reduce his mobility, making him more vulnerable to Canelo's pressure and punishing body shots. Critics also point out that, despite Crawford's elite skill set, the sheer physicality and strength of Canelo may be too much to overcome. Canelo's proven ability to absorb damage and deliver devastating, fight-changing blows has been a defining factor in his super middleweight dominance.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Teofimo Lopez has shared a candid take on the upcoming super middleweight clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. While he acknowledges Crawford's elite skill set and adaptability, Lopez highlights the major challenge posed by the size and power gap. He notes that Crawford has never faced an opponent with Canelo's blend of ring intelligence, experience, and physical strength, especially at 168 pounds. Lopez believes that although Crawford may find early success, Canelo's ability to adjust and capitalize on his physical advantages could ultimately turn the fight into a tough night for Nebraska native.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career then as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo, until he knocked me out. But, yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally you have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well, and he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another, but no, Canelo's still a beast.
Dmitry Bivol has acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's punching power, but clarified that it doesn't match the raw force of Artur Beterbiev. While he respects Canelo as a strong and skilled fighter, Bivol emphasized that Beterbiev possesses some of the hardest hitting power in boxing today. He noted that Canelo's power is effective and precise, but not as overwhelmingly destructive. This comparison highlights the distinct styles and physical attributes of elite fighters in the light heavyweight division, with Beterbiev posing a greater challenge when it comes to sheer knockout.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo. I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more. Yeah. However, it's just the size difference. it's. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try and test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just a good test.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down.
Carl Froch recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, expressing serious concerns about the weight jump. Froch emphasized that Crawford, known for his dominance at lightweight, will face a major challenge moving up 3 divisions to super middleweight. He stressed that it's not just about facing a bigger opponent, but managing a significant size and strength disparity, one that could pose real problems for Crawford in the ring.
I could compare like with the Canelo, yeah? He put all his energy, all his power on single punch. And yeah, maybe single punch sometimes he's harder, Canelo, yeah, than Better Beef. Because Better Beef didn't do like, yeah, Better Beef was more like close and yeah, compact. Yeah. But if you ask them, let's do like 5 punches, yeah? Better Beef, every punch will be hard. With Canelo, maybe first hard and then not, yeah. Both of them are strong, but Better Beef is bigger and he born.
Teddy Atlas has offered compelling take on the upcoming clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, revisiting one of boxing's oldest questions. Can a smaller, more skilled fighter overcome a bigger, more powerful one? Atlas believes Crawford's agility, ring IQ, and adaptability could be key advantages in this matchup. He points to Crawford's exceptional timing and strategic intelligence as tools that might allow him to outmaneuver Canelo, even with the size difference. Drawing historical parallels, Atlas likens the situation to Manny Pacquiao's 2008 upset over Oscar de la Hoya, where speed and precision triumphed over size and strength. He suggests that Crawford, with his versatility and ability to adjust mid-fight, could potentially pull off a similar upset. While acknowledging the risks, Atlas presents a strong case that skill, when executed at the highest level,
I believe we had the Crawford. It looked like we had the Crawford. We were talking about that. Can a really great small guy beat a really good big guy? You know, we were getting into that mind frame again. Some people were saying, "Oh, Canelo's too big. Forget it." But we were getting into the right mind frame, right, with this great sweet science, with this sport that goes back longer than any other sport in the world, where catch weights used to be in the 20s to 30s. Little guys beat big guys, and it wasn't that unusual. So we were starting to get into that frame of thinking. Okay, can this great guy Crawford, can he, instead of looking at it as a disadvantage that Canelo is so big, can we look at it that maybe he'd be too smart, too slick, too quick, you know what I mean? Too special in those areas, not to allow Canelo to use his size and his counterpunching and everything else. And that's what the sweet science is about. You know, it's not supposed to be just about, you know, letting a bull run out into the bull ring and then wait until the matador puts a spear in. It's supposed to be about the bull actually having the chance to outslick the matador, which don't happen too often. So now we were starting to get into interesting grounds. Okay, people were buying into it.
Despite the warnings, Terence Crawford remains confident. He's publicly stated that he's faced bigger opponents than Canelo Alvarez and believes his superior skills will carry him to victory. In Crawford's view, Canelo's primary advantage is size, not technique. This unwavering self-belief is part of what makes Crawford so admired by fans. He's never shied away from a challenge and always trusts his ability to win. Still, experts caution that facing Canelo at 168 pounds is an entirely different challenge.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
no, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was
That's respect
older.
the power of
And he
Joe,
does.
Billy
He
Joe.
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power. But all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not.
So how do you see it fight?
It's a tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, and I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be.
Who do you think hold the edge in this epic clash? Canelo's power or Crawford's skill? Share your thoughts below.